Hey team, I'm Nancy. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about an Agile Coach and about what is an Agile Coach. Right now in the industry you'll hear so many positions and so many things. Scrum Masters consider themselves an Agile Coach. Now, do they sometimes coach their teams and perform parts of the roles of an Agile Coach? I'd certainly say yes. But are they really considered to be an Agile Coach? So I started thinking about this for myself and where I wanted to develop my strengths. I did not come up with this model. This is Lisa Atkins' model. I'm very fortunate to be able to borrow it from her. I did do a slight little change, which I'll discuss when I get down there, but super grateful for Lisa coming up with this because it's giving me a place of how I can share my skills, how you can look at this and apply your skills and understand where you want to go for the next development as an Agile Coach. So let's start off with what this top section is. This is Agile Lean Practitioner. This is all the stuff that you've learned for a long time. For me, it has been, I've been an Agile PM super long. I've got certifications. I have my Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master certification. I have other practices are all going to go in here. This is the daily stuff. This is working with your teams. This is all of the things that is within the practicing of Agile and Lean principles. This is the actual Agile Lean mindset. All that goes in here. This is the years and years of experience that you have there. This is the stuff that you're learning. These are your certifications. This is where you go. What you've got here in the middle section is mentoring and teaching. Now for me, I've been doing formal mentoring 7+ years. Fortunate to partner with Girls Who Code when they were coming into Wells Fargo and was able to establish mentoring relationships. You've probably done a lot of this too within your teams. There are folks that are new to the teams. There are people that you're mentoring on a regular basis. Mentoring is a little bit different than coaching. So let's talk about that for a minute. Coaching is not the same thing as mentoring. Coaching is identifying within a person what they already know and helping bring that out in them, letting them discover what their next steps are or their commitment to where they want to go. That's what coaching is. Mentoring is sharing your experience and even providing suggestions for that person on wanting to take the next steps to get to where you are, if you're in the position that they're looking to get, and you're helping guide them and giving them suggestions and things about how to acquire skill sets for what it is they're trying to achieve. Now, teaching, I believe we all do a bunch of that. Anytime you've got your onboarding new team members, anything you're sharing, anything that the knowledge that you're learning and you're sharing with teams like me right here, right now, this is somewhat of a teaching moment. Or really just giving you a new way of looking at some of the mindset here. So teaching a lot you can get in your everyday work. Mostly for Scrum Masters, it's going to be about sharing the Agile principles. It's going to be about sharing the structures of your ceremonies. When you look down into this next section here, I know it's a little hard for you to read, but this one says technical, this one says business, and the last one is transformation. So in technical, for me, I used to be an assembler programmer. Most of you don't even know what assembler is, but I've also been a testing expert. Testing expertise. I have been in all sorts of technical project manager for years and years and years and years. I was very fortunate to be in the advanced technology group where we brought in new technology and shared with the business teams on how they could look for ways to bring that into the business. So for the business aspect, well, in my experience, I have been in banking for 30 plus years. I also supported the online banking app. I did proof of concepts and actually pilots with live customers, real live customers, yeah. Set 700-pound pilots out to real customers in order to test one of our first mobile apps. That was a fun project. But again, some of those you can see, you'll share some of your technical expertise and into the business side. Learning the business. Now, if I go into another business that isn't banking related, my business skill level is going to be very low. If it has to be banking, I've got a lot of good understanding of some intricate applications, all the banking apps that I've supported very years. So this is going to be high. So when you're looking for this inner circle too, this is going to be your novice experience kind of in this circle, and look at it as radiating out into the expertise. Let me get another color here. But if you come all the way out into this is expert. This is novice. And there's somewhere in between. And for those of you who like your Japanese, shuhari out here and how you experience it. So for me, myself, if I wanted to grade myself just in these areas, I'm technical, I'm definitely going to say that I'm an expert. I'm somewhere out here. On teaching, I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I used to be a very, very direct teacher. I was I just pushed that information out there. If I had it, I pushed it. It wasn't a two-way conversation. But as I've learned new facilitation skills, one of the things that I've learned about my teaching capability is I like discovery learning. I like to not push the information and give the answers out. I like to pull it out. So I'd have to say that by increasing my facilitation skills, I've also increased my teaching capability. So that's why on this dotted line, I almost want to say these two are probably, it's almost like a progression. If you're a good teacher, that's great. But then, to get into the expertise, you kind of want to go out into this facilitation. Same thing with mentoring. You can share a lot about what you've done, but the skill sets in actually bringing it out of a person and letting them discover is kind of into coaching. Now for me, professional coaching, yes. I have a certification from Integrity Solutions. So I do have a cert here. I also took their facilitation coach. So not only did I become a coach from Integrity Solutions, but I also became a coaching facilitator. So I can also teach other people how to become a coach. So that helped me clearly with my facilitation skills. So this is an ICF. It's Integrity Solutions Certified Facilitator. Professional coaching. This is a little bit different than mentoring, as we discussed before. Coaching is all about that soft side. It's about that discovery of that person. It really is. It's having that empathy. For me, during my work experience, I did get a little bit of what I thought was professional coaching, but when I went out and really took these certifications and learned a 5-step process in coaching, I became so many more things became obvious to me. And it was also kind of a relief because I didn't have to be an expert in everything. I truly believe that people know what is their right next step inside of them, and being able to pull that out of them, helping them discover that and pull back lots of those layers so that they can not only decide what their next steps are, but then to get them to commit and follow through on those next steps. That is the coaching aspect. And as an Agile coach, this side is what so many times gets lost. they may have really great expertise all in this area, but if you're not well-rounded enough to have this coaching experience where you can there's coaching the team, there's coaching within the program, and even within the portfolio and organization. And so lastly, I don't want to leave this out because this is the area that I'm looking to go into and to really increase what I want to focus on more. For me, it's going to be these next two areas, business and the transformation. I feel I've got a good stability. I'm very heavy on this side. I feel super heavy on here, but I'm continually learning. I'm consistently going out there. This is also where I have a great lot of community here. The communities I belong to and continue to share, and I'm going to say that kind of extends onto this side too. In your professional coaching, do you have some communities where you can share that? How about your facilitation? Are you part of a community of practice where you get the opportunity to facilitate some information? And along with facilitation, it's great to be able to facilitate somebody else's info, but can you actually take what you already know from Agile and come up with the content and sharing that with them? And that brings us to transformation, which is a totally different one. This is definitely the portfolio area. This is like the lines of how do you get somebody to transform? For me, you have the individual level, if you're an individual, and that comes into this professional coaching. This is where you can get this. Can you transform a person? Can you extend that out and transform a team? Have you had some experience in transforming a program, which is a group of teams that support together, and then coming out into that portfolio and enterprise level to get that expert in this transformation. And like I said, these are great areas for you to look at, to share not only your experience and where you are, where you feel like you've got a good handle on. And if you see, for me, I'm not too lopsided, but these two, again, depending on what the business is, another area for your business is, I've trained product owners. A lot of times we have product owners several years ago were not looked at as having so much of the business knowledge. They were just kind of given one person who had a business rep, and then they had business analysts or people that really didn't have that experience that were just brought into this. So somebody had to teach them kind of what their accountabilities and responsibilities, and that's where I think one of the weaknesses is that product owner role is so key in sitting with your teams and being able to move that continuously without having to constantly go back and research information. Can they answer the questions right then and there on the spot if the team has a question? The product owner's roles and responsibilities, they've got to have that business knowledge, they've got to have that business acumen, and they have to have the authority to make that prioritization. So anyway, I know we're about out of time here, but I did just want to kind of do this. I do again want to thank Lisa Atkins for this definition. And like I said, the only thing I really moved is I moved mentor and teaching up here because I do feel this is kind of a continuum. And as you experience more here, it increases your capabilities in both of these areas. And I would love to hear your feedback on this. I apologize for the dog in the rainy day here, but it was really fun chatting with you about this and love to hear your comments. Thanks, and you guys have a great day.